So here I am, Mammoth. Just spent a day on these Vans Infuse. Pat Moore. Such a fun boot. Really kind of one of Vans' like more expensive, stiffer boots. There's a lot of tech going on with it, and I wanted to compare it with my Adidas Tactical ADVs, which are one of my favorite boots and one of our crews. So I started out the day with these and then finished the day, spent most of the day on these, finished the day with the Adidas Tactical ADVs, and I gotta say, these are great boots. They do a great job. First off, I love the traditional lace. I love the adjustability options you have here. You have traditional lace on the bottom to the mid. You've got a single boa that has 3 cables that wraps in here. And it, for those of you who have heel hold issues, I personally don't. I could ride without this. But for those that do, you'll like that this can be pulled in and really get it tight. And then you have this power strap across the top to really pull this in. And so the one thing I did notice is it rides a little, it doesn't feel super tight no matter how much as a new boot you crank the power strap in. I didn't feel like I had a really tight seal around the top of my shin, but it didn't affect the response. I felt that the response was great. You also have, pardon the froggy voice, you also have these plastic power straps that you can take in or out to kind of play around with response. You can put one in here, take this one out, or vice versa, or put both in or take both out, which is kind of a cool idea. I mean, a lot of people don't like traditional lace. They've come to really rely on like that slight little extra bit of convenience. But if you're somebody like me who lives for adjustability and tweakability, then a boot like this with traditional lace boa and a power strap is pretty cool. The inside's kind of weird. There's one side without Velcro, and there's one side with, and then you just have a little strap here. But it didn't really bother me. It wasn't a big deal. I like that there's a little articulation here, so this boot's gonna have some longevity. And when I first got this, I couldn't even put the thing on. It took me forever. My foot just couldn't get in, and it took me forever. I finally got it in. Spent about 2 hours in them the night before. Put them in a heater all night, just in a boot heater, boot dryer, and then put them on nice and warm in the morning. They slipped on a little easier. They still come off and on, not so easy, but that'll change over time. But what I really liked was after just about 3 runs on a warm day, the boot just expanded. At first it felt like almost too tight for my size 9 feet. It felt like 8 3/4. By the end of the day, it had packed out around my foot perfectly. This liner feels really good and really conformed to my foot, and it felt great. Now, the shock absorption is pretty good in the heel, but it's not great, especially comparing it to like the Tactical. I mean, that was like night and day difference. But there's still good shock absorption here. And what I like is Vans is going for that skate feel in the forefoot right here. You really have a lot of board feel, and it's minimalized here. So there's really good communication with your bindings, and I really like that. It's a responsive boot, and it's a versatile boot. You can use this with a free ride board in the morning, then take out the power spines and use it with a all mountain freestyle board in the afternoon. Now, I can't speak to longevity. I know in general most Vans, they don't last as long. They're kind of more in the realm of 32, or other companies that like make boots for almost instant comfort, and this feels like it's gonna last a little longer than your average Van. and hence the price point, the ankle articulation, everything like that. But it's also not going to be too long between the time it's going to be completely comfortable for you. Like my feet were numb in the morning, but the afternoon they had opened up and the circulation was running through them again, and I was having a blast. So I'm impressed with these boots. Obviously, it's never easy to test boots, but I didn't have a single hot spot. They're super comfortable, and if you're somebody who's, gonna ride a lot in a year, this might be the better choice for Vans. But if you're also somebody just looking for a good responsive boot with a lot of adjustability, the Infuse could be a great call. Super impressed with it, and I'm not sure I wouldn't even mind. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't mind having this in my quiver of boots, and I wouldn't mind riding with this. So there you have it, Vans Infuse.